Hello dear students. In last lecture we have discussed about the role of microorganisms in organic and inorganic matters. So how they are involved in the process of mineralization and immobilization. These are the processes which are normally carried out in the soil. How these microorganisms carried out the cyclic processes in the environment. So in this way we have discussed how these microorganisms are helpful to carry out these processes. So in this lecture we will discuss about the recognition of microbial role in the fermentation. Fermentation is nothing but on large scale production of different metabolites by using these microorganisms. Here in control condition we can multiply this organism, and after feeding that food material which is provided inside the fermenter, microorganism break down this complex material into simple form and produces different beneficial substances which can be useful for the industry or for the human use. So in this, how these microorganisms are helpful to carry out these processes we have to discuss. Here the Theodor Schwann and other had proposed in 1837 that yeast cells were responsible for the conversion of sugar to alcohol. Due to chemical instability, a process they called as alcoholic fermentation. Here Theodor Schwann is nothing but some industrialist, or you can say one contributor, and some of his colleagues thought that in 1837 that due to presence of yeast cell, they carried out, it is responsible for the conversion of sugar into alcohol, and they call this process as an alcoholic fermentation. And it is conversion due to the chemical instability which is carried out by the yeast cell. So they call that process as a alcoholic fermentation. Alcoholic fermentation is a complex biochemical process during which yeast convert sugar to ethanol, carbon dioxide and other metabolic byproducts that contribute to the chemical composition and properties of the fermented foods. This is nothing but a definition of fermentation, or normally in broad sense we can say it is nothing but a process in which complex biochemical process you can say, and during this biochemical process what happens, these yeast cells which convert sugar into ethanol after the breakdown of this food stuff which is provided to the organisms, they break down the complex substances and convert it to the ethanol. During this conversion some gases are released in the form of carbon dioxide, and sometimes there can be produced different other substances like lactic acid you can say, or amyl alcohol. So these are the another substances which can be produced during this fermentation process that contribute to the chemical composition and properties of the fermented foods. Normally the substance which is provided to the organism convert that substance into different substances. So depending upon the what type of source you are providing, microorganism convert that substance into the byproduct of that process. So which substance we are providing, it is depend what type of substance can be produced. While Pasteur believed that fermentation carried out by the living organism and produce a symmetric product such as amyl alcohol. Same time, Louis Pasteur, he also carried out his experiment, and he said that this process is carried out by these living organisms like Saccharomyces cerevisiae or the yeast cells, and it converts in a symmetric product like amyl alcohol. So Mr. Bigot in 1856, an industrialist, he was an industrialist, he carried out his winery or his plant in Lille, France, which is a location in France. He requested Pasteur to solve the issue of sour taste of wine. Bigot is one of the industrialists. He has his industry in Lille, that is located in the France, and he is facing the problem of sour taste of wine. Same time, Louis Pasteur carried out his work in the fermentation. So he listened about the Louis Pasteur, and that time he requested Louis Pasteur to come to my location and see how the taste of my wine is like a sour taste, and due to that it experiencing a loss in the field of that wine production. So he requested Louis Pasteur. After that, Pasteur found that normally Pasteur accept his request and visit that place, and now he carried out his processes or his experiment. So he found that normally yeast produce alcohol from fermentation, but due to growth of unwanted microorganisms lead to the production of lactic acid rather than ethanol. He called it as a disease of wine. While studying this sour taste of wine, or he Pasteur called that as a disease of wine. So Pasteur found that when yeast cells are grown on the particular media, it produces alcohol. The product of that biochemical process should be a alcohol. But here he found that due to the growth of unwanted microorganisms which are enter inside the fermenter, or unknowingly they enter inside the media due to fermentation procedure, you can say they produces a acids which is lactic acid. We require alcohol. Apart from that, due to production of or the entry of some unwanted microorganisms, they are producing a lactic acid rather than ethanol. Due to that, the taste of wine is becoming a sour. So, and he called that process or that mechanism as a disease of wine. To correct that process, Pasteur further demonstrated that all fermentation were due to the activities of specific yeast and bacteria. So here he blocked the unwanted, refined the process to block the entry of these unwanted microorganisms. He found that taste of wine can be better as compared to that of the previous one, that is sour taste. The Pasteur also demonstrated that all fermentation were due to the activities of specific yeast and bacteria. All these fermentation processes are carried out by means of these yeast and these different types of bacteria. So depending upon the source which are providing to feed that bacteria or yeast, or depending upon the which type of organism you are using for the fermentation, whether it is yeast or bacteria, your product is changed. If you are using bacteria, so it produces another type of substance. If you produces yeast, it produces another type of substance with respect to substance which are provided to feed on that organism. His success led to study of wine disease and the development of pasteurization to preserve wine during storage. He solved the issue of sour taste of wine. He get a success to clear the problem of that wine, sour taste of wine. And while studying that process, he developed a process of pasteurization. Now, routinely follow in this, you can say the pasteurized milk we are normally purchasing from the market. So it is nothing but developed by the Louis Pasteur to preserve wine during storage. So by this process, we can eliminate the unwanted growth of microorganisms which can change the taste of your wine. So this process is designed by the Louis Pasteur, and you can say that process as a pasteurization. So Pasteur continued his studies on fermentation for almost 20 years and leads to the discovery of some fermentative organisms were anaerobic and could live only in the absence of oxygen, whereas others were able to live either aerobically or anaerobically. While studying after that process, Louis Pasteur carried out his work on fermentation, and he found that many of microorganisms are involved in the process of fermentation. And while studying these organisms, he found that some microorganisms among these microorganisms are aerobic, which require oxygen for the growth of these organisms, while some are anaerobic organisms, that means oxygen or presence of air is neither to that organism. So on the basis of that, microorganisms now categorized into different groups on the basis of requirement of oxygen. So here in this chart we can see glucose is nothing but a substrate we can provide to the fermentation process, or we can say it is a raw substance we have to use for the fermentation. During glycolysis, final product is glucose. Here pyruvate is produced, so that if that pyruvate, it is a product of glycolysis, and we provide different types of organism, or we carried out the process of fermentation by using different microorganisms. So depending upon the microorganism and product is same, substance is same, different product can be formed. If we use pyruvate in organism we have used aspergillus, that is fungus. So we can find that it produces a lactic acid and it is useful in the soya sauce preparation. So that mechanism can be used. If we use lactobacilli, they produces a lactic acid and that process is carried out in the cheese making or butter or dairy industry. Okay. So substance is same, but organism if changed, it produces a different types of substances. When you use Saccharomyces, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae in these cells, it produces ethanol and releases carbon dioxide, and it is useful in the beer industry. Same time, if it produces ethanol, it can also use in the wine industry. Same time, it can also be useful for the baker or the bakery industry to produce different types of bread. So by using the microorganisms, our product can be changed with respect to the substrate we are using and which type of microorganisms we are using. So it is nothing but a role of Louis Pasteur in the process of in the field of fermentation. So here microorganisms how are categorized into different groups on the basis of oxygen requirement. Aerobic microorganisms, they are nothing but the aerobic organism or aerobes is an organism that can survive and grow in an oxygenated environment. That means it requires oxygen for the growth of this organism. Or we can say they are strictly aerobes. For example, Mycobacterium tuberculosis and Pseudomonas, these are the example of aerobic bacteria. Anaerobic microbes and anaerobic organism is any organism that does not require oxygen for growth of oxygen, or we can say oxygen is needed to their growth. If these organisms are exposed to the air, they can die or their growth can be inhibited. So these organisms are called as anaerobic organisms. Okay, we can say they are strictly anaerobic. Example is Clostridium tetani. It is a positive agent of tetanus. It is an anaerobic organism. To grow this organism, we require an anaerobic jar. Third group of organisms, that is facultative anaerobes. That means bacteria that can grow in both in presence of air or in absence of air. So these organisms are facultatively grow in presence or in absence of oxygen. So sometimes that example is Escherichia coli. So these are the basic group of organisms. Apart from that, some micro aerophilic organisms can be formed. So they require minimum small quantity of oxygen for the growth of organism. So it is nothing but a role of microorganism in the fermentation process. Thank you.